According to the Organization of Love Will End All Abortion, there are approximately 300,000 abortions per day in the U.S. Abortion is the murder of innocent life. After researching and studying this topic very carefully, I've gained a greater understanding about it. Abortion should be rejected on the basis of God's law, science, nature, and your conscience. First, let me explain how abortion is wrong in God's laws. God says that murdering is wrong. Murdering is wrong because his first verse that says that plain and simple is Exodus 20:13, you shall not murder. Next verse, Exodus 23:7, do not put an innocent and honest person to death, for I will not acquit the guilty. This verse says that apart from the blood of Jesus, you will be punished. Matthew 15:18 through 19 says, but these things that come out of the person's mouth from the heart, and these defile them. For out of heart come evil thoughts, murder, adultery, sexual immorality, theft, false testimony, and slander. This verse shows us that not even just the act of murder is wrong, but even the thought itself is evil. God also says that all life is special. Therefore, all unborn babies must be special and unique. Genesis 1:26 through 7 says, let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, over the livestock and all the wild animals, and over all creatures that move along the ground. So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God he created them. Male and female he created them. This shows that we are made in God's image, not physically, but morally, socially, mentally, and spiritually. Therefore, being human beings, we are set apart from all other creations because we are made in the likeness of God. Psalms 139:13 through 16 says, for you created my innermost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know full well my frame is not hidden from you. When I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth, your eyes saw me unformed body. All the days ordained me for written in your book before one of them came to be. Jeremiah 1:5. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. We see from these verses that life doesn't happen by chance, but God actively creates us in our mother's womb. Also, that each life God creates has a special purpose. Not only does God declare the murder of evil and babies in the womb are special, but science shows that an unborn baby's life is not to be murdered. Science shows that a baby inside the womb is indeed a human life. Through technology like sonograms and ultrasounds, we see how a baby in the womb can experience pain. So, if the baby senses something in there, it's gonna try to squirm away or something like that. Science shows us that the baby in the womb has a heartbeat separate from its mother. At the moment of conception, when a sperm enters into an embryo, a DNA strand is formed completely unique from its mother and its father, making the life separate from its mother. This proves that the baby is a human life and not just part of the mother's body. Science clearly shows that the baby in the womb is separate, but if that isn't enough, maybe the design of nature will convince you. Nature teaches us many things when it comes to life, but these things are relative when it comes to abortion. All life depends on another life to survive in some way. Therefore, saying that a baby is not its own life because it depends on its mother is not a valid excuse to support abortion. Animal life depends on plants. Humans depend on both plant and animals. Plants depend on the carbon dioxide produced by the humans and animals. Even a young child of 2 or 3 still depends on its mother to survive. Without children, life would cease to exist. God told Noah after the flood, be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth, Genesis 9:1. This tells us God has intended a plan for his creation, and he wants it to flourish. Human beings cannot create human life artificially. Being made in God's image is only possible by the hand of the Creator. The unformality of nature through the cycle of life we see all around us is against abortion. When you pair this with human conscience, it's clear that abortion should be outlawed. We all know deep down by our conscience that abortion is wrong. Abortion causes many emotional strains on women and their loved ones who undergo this procedure. Lisa from Texas says, I know God has forgiven me, but I never forgiven myself. How could I have done that, knowing how and what they did to my baby, what I did to my baby? Mulaney from California could only say about her abortion, my baby, my poor baby, I'm so sorry, so sorry. These two short testimonies show that women are filled with regret even after years of this procedure. Our conscience bears witness that abortion is wrong. God has written his laws in our hearts, Romans 2:15. We should suppress the truth that God has placed in our hearts and minds by supporting such an evil thing as abortion. Do you really want to stand before God on the day of judgment, answer your acceptance of this murder of innocent life? I hope I've shown you how abortion is wrong. God's lies testify to its wickedness. Science shows that babies being aborted are human beings, and nature testifies to how abortion is unnatural. Our conscience reflects the truth that God has placed in us, showing that we are breaking God's law by aborting babies. Abortion is clearly murder, and as human beings, we should demand for abortion to be stopped.